What is this thing made out of metal, found in a box alongside medals and military insignia? About 6 centimeters long in total, and there is a curved bit at the end with letters printed around the side that can turn. Anyone got a good idea? It's a 19th century variable pitch pipe for regulating the pitch of musical instruments. It was used for setting musical pitch by blowing through it and adjusting a rotating spiral or dial to control the length of the reed and thus the pitch. It produces a loud, strident tone to help musicians and singers tune instruments and establish the correct key for a song. What is this strange item embedded in the ground that I can't identify? I found it in Castleton, England, up towards Mass-Rowe. It looks like part of leaf suspension, but I wonder if it's from an old carriage rather than a car. Do you know what it might be called? This one is a plough, and it looks pretty sophisticated for Iron Age. It's one of the plaques illustrating Iron Age artifacts set into the paving stones of the path up Mass-Rowe Peak District, Derbyshire, England, representing the Celtic hill fort that existed on the summit around 1000 BC. I found this car in the woods just off the trail on a hike, close to Elliott Lake, Ontario. I was curious if anyone would be able to identify this car. It kinda leaves you wondering how the hell it got there. Any ideas? It's a 1940 Hudson. These were certified by the American Automobile Association for their superior economy, endurance, and performance after official tests on the Bonneville Salt Flats. I used to see them in the woods a lot growing up. A cop told me people would drive stolen cars as far as they could get them into the boonies and then torch them to eliminate evidence. What is this solid axle with Firestone solid rubber tires? It's 22 inches wide and something my father always had around the house. My grandfather worked on that local Navy base many years ago, and imprinted on the tire it says static conductor and USAN, so probably Navy related. After applying some force, the wheels will turn independently. I think it's the rear tire for an older aircraft, but I'm not sure. What do y'all think? The tires are for an old aircraft. You can see Sky Champion stamped if you zoom in, and the imprintings match this listing. As for exactly what aircraft they came from, that's unknown. I'm going with it was for a heavy bomb loading cart from World War II, as that type of tire was very common with World War II aircraft and ground applications. So the tires were transferred after being used up on an aircraft, and then used on a bomb cart to save resources. Used tires matter on an airplane, but on a bomb cart, that doesn't matter as long as they roll. This thing has always been in the corner of a chapel at my work. The object is about 2.5 freedom units tall and made of wood and metal. The second and third picture is what it looks like inside. I've seen these before, but I'm clueless as to what it is. What might this be? It's a 1950s Mass-Rowe Vibrachime keyboard carillon, a device that mimics the sounds of church bells. I believe there should be a keyboard to play it. That seems to be missing. It plays chime rods, the sounds of which are then amplified through the cabinet's built-in speaker. The chime rods are tuned with a strong major third partial. The top of the instrument flips open to reveal the keyboard. What is this metal object with string? A friend who collects odd objects bought this odd thing from a car boot sale in the UK. It's metal, though completely rust-free and quite light. It could be aluminum, around 7 by 4 by 0.4 centimeters. Can anyone identify it, or who or what it is meant to represent, please? It's a 1950s string and ring puzzle, possibly Greek, though I think the string is tied wrong. Here's one from the Australian War Memorial, taken from an injured female Chinese soldier by Private Donald Hugh Wilson, 2nd Battalion of the Royal Australian Regiment. Private Wilson was disarming one particular Chinese of his Luger when he realized he was dealing with a woman, not a man. The woman was badly wounded, having lost her right arm in the mortar attack, and Wilson tried to offer assistance by using one of his bootlaces as a tourniquet and offering her some cigarettes and a lighter. Knowing she was dying, she gave him her wallet, which contained money, photos, her diary and letters, and a tobacco ration card, a tiny perfume bottle, and her fountain pen, and asked him to tell her family what had happened. This string puzzle was among the material that she gave to Wilson. Wilson later arranged for a Chinese friend to contact her family with the details of her death. I found this at an old schoolyard in Oregon. It's small, made of metal, with KSLI on it. Does anyone have any idea what it could be? It's a King's Shropshire Light Infantry collar tab. I found one really similar that had KSLI on it. Here's the one I found cleaned. I found it in Shropshire, UK. I think yours is a collar tab, whereas mine is a cap badge. The King's Shropshire Light Infantry, or KSLI, was a light infantry regiment of the British Army, formed in the Childers Reforms of 1881, but with antecedents dating back to 1755. It served in the Second Boer War, World War I, World War II, and the Korean War. This necklace is made of metal objects. What are these things? This is an average-sized necklace comprising metal objects laced upon a simple cord or string. Unfortunately, this is the only image I have, and I can't make out the stamp on the embossed piece. Any ideas? These are old car door lock knobs. Our 1991 Ford had ones that look like that, and the one on the far left is also Ford. Some people take ears as trophies, while car thieves took door lock knobs back in the day. What is this small metal object approximately 1 inch tall, found while metal detecting in the UK? Someone said it's a souvenir of a victim from Pompeii. It does look similar to the famous victim, but not close enough to be a copy. The wrong arm is in use, the other arm is in the wrong position, and his legs are missing. Any thoughts? UK archaeologist here. I think you might just have found the rider part of a Roman horse and rider votive figurine. It's a class of Roman ritual or religious artifacts, sometimes represented by a single piece where the horse and rider are cast as one unit, and sometimes the rider was detachable, which looks a bit like what you have here. They appear quite early in Roman UK occupation, from 50 to 150 AD, and some researchers suggest they might represent the Roman adoption of a native horse or warrior cult, possibly with localized cult centers, as a lot have been found in Yorkshire and the Lincolnshire wolds. But other examples have come from Wales and southern England. What is this metal object found among the cutlery? I'm from Italy, and this set came from a relative. Approximately 9 centimeters wide, there are about 10 of them, with this hollow cylinder that seems to hold something. There's a text that says depose on the bottom, and I don't think this is a part of a machine. It looks plated for aesthetic purposes, and the shape doesn't match the ergonomics of a handle. What is this for? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.